What is up, everyone? It is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you for another video for my channel. Today I have a great review on the 12-inch Skinz. If you're not familiar with those are, basically it is a vinyl wrap for your DJ controllers. You can make them look totally different from what they look like stock, and I think that's pretty cool. And for the most part, I think it's pretty good value. So definitely an option if you want to change up what your controllers look like. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you've never tuned in, just know I love to do reviews, I love to do tutorials, I love to help, I love to do that research for you so you don't have to give it to you as easy as possible, and then leave some links on the products in case you're interested. So definitely want to show you, I've had some Skinz in the past from 12-inch Skinz. Definitely going to show you their website real quick as well, very briefly, and then show you some of the results on some of the controllers that I've done. Thank you for tuning into this video. Let's get right into it. I'm also going to show you some before and after photos of it. Right behind me, you can see that I have the Prime 4 controller. It's all in white. It looks pretty good. I do get a lot of compliments on this guy, especially looking all white. Vinyl has been hanging in there really good. I've used it for a couple of gigs. It still looks white, so that is pretty cool as well. Usually they'll come in a nice box like this. It was priority mail, so I got it really quick. I was actually surprised how fast I did receive it. It was ready to go, all packaged up very nicely. I'll kind of show you really quick. It came in a nice package like this. This is the gold one for my Hercules controller. I'm going to show you that controller here in just a second. For the most part, they came in really good condition. You know, they're not like bent, and they come in that box, so that's why they're not bent or anything. So it came packed very well. They're not super expensive as well, which I think is a positive, because you don't have a lot of money and you're already spending a lot of money on these controllers. You don't want to spend crazy amounts for these Skinz. For the most part, I think it's a pretty good value. They came out really good. I do have some positives and negatives on their metallics, but we'll talk about that here in a second. 12-inch Skinz, like I said, you never heard of them. Basically, it's a vinyl wrap skin for your controller, so it's pretty cool. So I want to show you some results here. And I think the one that I'm most excited about is I just picked up an NS4 FX. If you haven't seen that review video, go ahead and check that out as well. This red color came out stupendous, and I really think it looks fantastic. It really pops. I bought this controller used off of like Guitar City, and it had scrapes and scratches all over it, including right here in the fader area. I'm gonna snap before picture for you really quick. It had all kinds of scuffs and scratches, and it didn't look fantastic, and this wrap makes it look brand new. And I think it just, you know, it fully covers the whole controller on front and sides. Doesn't do anything on the back, but you don't really need that on the back anyways, on the bottom. But yeah, it just has a matte kind of finish, a little bit of shine, but kind of a matte finish, and it just looks good. It does have some texture to it as well, so that's great for DJs. You want a little bit of texture on there, and you know, it just looks fantastic. I really can appreciate the way it looks, how it all came together on this NX4. So if you're looking for some vinyl wrap, especially for the NS4X, I think the red is crazy, but they have all kinds of colors, flat colors, and this was kind of inexpensive in my opinion. It was only, if you're just looking for a flat color, it's only $40, and I think that's for the way this came out, I think that's a value right there. $40 for a custom vinyl wrap. Pretty easy to install. Everything was pretty much cut. I think on this controller, all I had to do was remove the up faders and the cross faders, and the rest of the vinyl wrap just went over everything. I guess I had to do the tempo faders as well. I had to pull those, but it just fit perfectly. The only issue that I had on this one was I think the back was cut just a hair long, but I could probably fix that with a razor knife. But I still didn't think it looked that bad, so I'm okay with it. And like I said, I love the way the jog wheels came out with that extra decal on there. It just looks fantastic. Like I said, pretty easy to go on. It took me about 30 minutes to do it myself, and it wasn't hard. It's very easy to work with. Even if you mess up, you can carefully, you have to be very gentle and careful when you're pulling, but you can pull it back up. So I think I could even pull it up now if I wanted to. So very easy to work with. The next one I want to talk about is the Hercules. One of my favorite controllers is the Hercules 500 Impulse, and so I picked up some skin for it. This is the metallics, and they're a little bit more expensive. They're probably range around $10 to $15 more, but I think it looks pretty good. I think I should have went with just a flat gold, in my opinion, but the Hercules controller does actually have a gold model, which looks fantastic, and a white model, I think. So I kind of wanted to mimic that a little bit, and so I think it still looks good, especially at a distance. You notice there is some imperfections in the vinyl wrap, and I don't know if I can show this to you guys here, but I don't know if it's going to pick that up. Yeah, right there. That is not from me. That is actually in the vinyl wrap. So there is kind of some imperfection, and it does, you can see it does fingerprint very easy. But you can see that there's some marks in my vinyl, which I wasn't too happy about. But like I said, so I don't know if I like the shiny metallics because it's very, you can see every flaw or anything that you had in the actual vinyl itself. And actually, if you have any, if you don't do some pre-cleaning and things like that, you could end up with some bubbles and things like that, and you'll see every imperfection in the vinyl if you don't. So I think it did come out pretty good. I like the way how it goes all the way around. Like I said, you know, the back came out fantastic and lined up really well. So they are cut very well and they fit pretty good. And I think the only thing I had to pull on these is the faders again. I didn't do the middle piece because I kind of like the two-tone. You guys let me know what you think. Do you like the two-tone? You like the gold and then the black in the middle? So I kind of like the two-tone. I didn't like the way it looked all gold, so I left it like this. I think it still looks really good. Like the two-tone. Like I said, if I were to do it again, or maybe in the future I might peel this. That's the convenience of it. It is a vinyl wrap, so you can peel it back up, and like I said, it did peel up pretty easily if I had to, you know, adjust it a little bit. But I think I would probably just go with a solid, like a matte gold. They do have that in the metallics as well. That's kind of like the red that you saw, except it's like a gold, but it's a little bit darker gold. Other than that, I still think it looks pretty good, fit, easy to use. Like I said, the only thing was a little imperfection right here that I showed you in the actual vinyl wrap itself. Other than that, the rest of the vinyl wrap came out really good. It does fingerprint very easily, especially the metallics. Anything that's shiny is going to fingerprint. But so I do like the gold look to it, and I still think it looks pretty snazzy. So excited about that as well. And like I said, that's for the Hercules 500, and I believe that was the same price as the Newmark. It was $49 for the metallics and $39 just for solid colors. Very easy to put on, forgiving vinyl. And if you guys have done vinyl work, you know that it's nice to have a forgiving vinyl that can pull up easily, because there's some vinyl that's super sticky, and when you pull it, it stretches or tears or things like that. And this was pretty forgiving, and I was able to, if you're careful, now if you use excessive force, yes, you're going to break any vinyl, but if you're careful and gently pull up both sides, equal pressure, all that kind of stuff, it's going to be forgiving, and it's going to be able to come back up, and you're going to be able to reapply it or readjust it a couple times if you need to. Of course, the more that you do, the more you might have issues with corners or things popping up, or getting debris on the vinyl, those types of things. But like I said, for the most part, it was pretty forgiving. So, and then once again, this is the Prime 4, which I've had for a while now, and I've had this skin for a while. This one's a little bit more expensive, of course. I understand why. There's a lot of controller to cover. This one's about $109 for metallics and $89 for colors. This is the white color, so this was, like I said, about $90. Came out really good, flush, all the pieces matched up. Like I said, all I had to do was take off probably some fader knobs, things like that, but it just fit over the rest of it. The only issue that I have on this one is I have one little spot that comes up every once in a while. I think I could probably get it to stay down with a little bit of heat, but other than that, it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take you up close so you can take a quick look. While I'm kind of going over them, I might you know, snap some before and after shots of what a stock controller looks like and what my controller looks like now, and then we'll wrap it up with some pros and cons. All right, we are back with the metallics on the Hercules 500 Impulse, and like I said, I think it looks good. There definitely has a metallic, you know, it does have a different kind of little texture that you will see. I think it still looks pretty good, two-tone, like I said, at a distance, looks fantastic. It's got gold all around. You can see the fingerprints already, so you will have to continue to clean it a little bit, but I still love the way it looks two-tone. Let me know what you think. Like I said, the back comes out really well too. Like I said, if I did it again, I would probably not do the shiny metallics. They're just, you know, show flaws so easily, and then they also fingerprint so easily. I kind of like the textured look, but I will show you what this looks like now, and I'll show you a clip what it looks like stock. All right, so here's my Prime 4 looking all white. Like I said, it does come with this white trim on this as well. Looks pretty good. Here's that spot, like I said, that I have that it keeps coming out. I think I can get it to stay down with some heat, but it does pop up. But other than that, it's very good. I like how they keep it stock. They still like put your Skinz DJ emblems and everything that is supposed to be on the actual controller. I love that. I love that it has all the printed, you know, labeling that it needs to tell you what the items are too. You know, very, very professional wrap. Looks good. See that coming back up right there. Like I said, I think I nagged that down with a little bit of heat. I'll have to do that later. All right, so this is the Prime 4, and then I'll show you what kind of a Prime 4 looks like stock. All right, we are back with by far my favorite one, the Newmark NS4 FX skin from 12-inch Skinz. Like I said, I think it came out the best. I love the texture. You can see that the texture on here is very, very nice. And so that's why, like I said, if I would do it again, I wouldn't do the shiny, glossy vinyl. I think it just shows imperfections a little bit too hard. It does look pretty decent in my opinion. Like I said, I have that over here. But like I said, I just think I like the texture on this a little bit better. So if I were to do it again, I might just go with the gold texture, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But I think it just came out fantastic. I love the way it came out. It fit so nicely around all the special areas that it was supposed to fit. The only issue that I had is right here. You can see that this is just cut a little bit long, and it didn't match perfectly. Like I said, if I have a razor knife, I can cut this and I'll be able to match it. Might do that later, but I just wanted to make sure I have a really sharp knife before I try to hack away at that and mess it up. So but other than that, everything came out really fantastic. Really surprised how well everything fit nicely. I will show some pictures of kind of how it comes in, a before and after on how it looks and all those types of things as well. I'm going to show all that. That way you guys can have an idea of how those works. One last thing I want to show you is I'm going to go to the actual website here. So you can see here is the metallic on the NX4 right here. And so it does show, so here's that gold color. Like I said, if I were to do it again, that would have a little bit more texture and wouldn't be glossy, shiny like this. And so I would probably do that instead. Like I said, $49. I still think that's a good deal. But they do have the silver and gold, and then silver and gold in the gloss shiny as well. So pretty much the same for all their controllers and all the colors that they have. They do have some special unique ones for certain controllers, but for the most part, so here are the solid colors for the controllers right here. So you have, this is the NS4FX, like I said, so you have black, you'll have gray, let's see if I can get that to go to the gray. It's not going to gray, but you do have solid red, which I did see, but I really love the black and red. This was just fantastic. I think it was my favorite. But they have blue, baby blue, and a purple as well. And this will pretty much be the same for every controller that they have. They'll have the same colors, maybe some color combinations like this. They do have the gray, but yeah, and there's a gray there. So for some reason the gray wasn't working on that one, but that's pretty much what the gray looks like. So those are all the colors that they have. Like I said, they do have some special ones for certain items, but for the most part, this is all they have. And then, like I said, we could just kind of go up here, and I just want to show you that this is the website right here, 12inchskins.com, Skinz with a Z, custom templates, Ableton, American DJ, skins for your Ape Labs and MacBook, custom vinyl, Denon, Hercules, Mixar, Newmark, Phase, Pioneer, Rain, Reloop, Sound Switch, Stanton, Tectonics. They have turntable plates, and they also have some skins for Vestec older mixers. So very cool website. I think it's definitely worth it. Let's get you pros and cons and get you moving on out. Wrap this up with some pros and cons on the 12-inch Skinz. And absolutely pros, the vinyl is so easy to work with. It was very forgiving. I was able to pull up on it gently, and you can pull it up, you can adjust it, so it was forgiving. And I think that's the biggest pro about the 12-inch Skinz. It was a good vinyl, it was forgiving, and it was easy to put on myself. And so if I can do it myself, I think most people can do it out there. So that is the coolest thing about 12-inch Skinz. Second thing is probably colors and variants of colors. You know, they have a pretty good selection on there. You can find a lot of colors. You can personalize your controllers however you want. If you just wanted a solid black and you just wanted to protect your controller and make it solid black, you absolutely could do that as well. So that's cool. So you could put a protection layer on here, which would be possible to remove in the future as well. So pretty cool. So not only can you protect it, you can modify it, you can, you know, do whatever you want to do and be creative and make your controllers to look the way you want to look. Third pro is, I think they're pretty good value in my opinion. I understand that, you know, bigger controllers are going to cost a little bit more, so you might find like a Prime 4 for about $109 for metallics, $99 for a normal color, just a standard color. But like I said, I love the texture on the standard colors. So it does have a texture, it does have a good feel, and the colors are pretty good. We went over some of the colors that they have, so they have a pretty good array of colors. I don't know if you actually contacted 12-inch Skinz if they could get you or modify you some other colors. Might be an option or an email that you might want to send out. And then they do have a lot of different popular controllers that you can look from. So they have a nice variety to, you know, modify. So it's pretty cool. They also do things with vinyl as well. So pretty cool way to accessorize your controllers or DJ equipment. I like it. I like it. And like I said, finally, pretty decent value as well. I can understand, you know, $40 to modify my controller. I don't think that's super crazy. So I think that was a pretty good value, especially for these smaller controllers. Absolutely. And like I said, if I wanted to do it again, I could remove that vinyl and, you know, try something else. Negatives. Negatives. I think the only negatives that I have was, you know, there was a few things. Like I said, the vinyl on the back of this one is just cut just a little bit long. But like I said, people might say, well, maybe if you had moved it to the left or right just a little bit, it would have fit right. But the way the circles are to fit around your component, you know, hookups and things, I put it in there just the way I had to, and I think it's just a hair long. So, you know, maybe not super cut perfectly, but very, very close. Although everything else fit except for that back piece. And then on the glosses, I'm just not a big fan of the glossy sheen that comes with. It just shows too much. You know, it's going to show every flaw that you put in it if you do it. Mine went on really good, but I can understand that, you know, if you didn't prep, you make sure that you clean everything really good. I have worked with vinyl before, and you have to absolutely clean everything to a T, make sure there's no lint or anything on your controller before you put that on. So you might want to take some, you know, rubbing alcohol or, you know, lens cleaning wipes and just completely clean it, and then go back over it with a lint-free cloth to make sure that there's nothing on it, and then go ahead and apply. And like I said, even then you might, if you have to pull up or reapply, that's when you might have some issues, especially with the glossy color. So if I were to do it again, I would definitely probably do it with a solid gold, but not shiny. And so I would personally, my opinion, I like the way it looks, but I probably wouldn't do it again with the gloss shininess of it, because it just shows too much imperfections, fingerprints up really easy, those types of things. And so it's going to be a little bit more maintenance to take care of, because I've been cleaning it all the time and those types of things, but it is what it is. And the final thing was, there was a little bit of imperfection in that. I already put it down, so I don't want to call the company and say, hey, it has an imperfection, what are we going to do? Maybe they would just send me a replacement panel. I'm not sure. I haven't contacted 12-inch Skinz, but if they watch this video, hopefully maybe they'll send me a replacement or something, but not too bad. Other than that, that did have a little flaw I did show you in the footage earlier. Other than that, I think everything looks pretty good. I was pretty happy with it, and like I said, for $40, I'm okay with the slight flaw, but you know, something to look out for. And I'm sure they would take care of you if you needed to, but I'm okay with it. I'm not going to re-peel it. It's already on. I'm not going to peel it and then complain or something. So, but hopefully in the future, maybe I will, like I said, I'll modify it again with the solid gold matte and see how that looks as well. All right, of all these, let me know what you think as well. I'd like to know, you like the red, you like the gold, do you like the shiny gold, or do you like more of a matte finish? Let me know what you think. I think overall 12-inch Skinz is the way to go if you want to modify your controller. The looks of it, at least, with the vinyl wraps for these controllers and for other DJ equipment, I think they have a wide variety, great colors, and pretty easy to get done stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If this is helpful at all, give me a like or subscribe, and we'll catch you really, really soon on my next video.